Alright, I'm going to test out my Italian hand. I might have carpal tunnel now, but I know my hands work. Welcome back, my name is Frank, and this is my October reading recap. Or wrap up, whatever you want to call it. I read 6 books for the month of October. 2 of them are not here, as you can see, because one was on my Kindle, the other was audio. This month it was alright. You know, I don't think anything was super crazy. I didn't have any 5-star reads this month. I had one that was really close. But yeah, it was an alright month. I mean, it could have been terrible. Let's not talk about August. But I also noticed I read a lot of Book of the Month books, which is good because I'm trying to get all of those off of my shelves. So this time we'll do a little bit of a yes, no, maybe edition because I know people like that. I like that. 1-star romance. I'm going to say maybe with this one because there's certain plot points or features in this that people might not like. For example, there's a COVID thing that happens. If you don't want to read about that, then I would probably say no. But also there's things about it that I think are good. The characters, especially the female main lead, she gets annoying. I will say she gets kind of annoying and immature, and I don't like when our female main leads are like that because women are very strong and powerful and smart. So then she just does certain things or acts a certain way that I'm like, oh boy. And then the guy, he's okay. The Academy by Ellen Hildebrand. This was my first Ellen Hildebrand book. It won't be my last, however, I'm gonna say no on this one, and it's interesting because I've seen a lot of readers really like this book. And for me, it fell flat in certain ways versus just other things that I've read. It felt a little bit boring at times. I think the biggest missed opportunity for me is that it revolves around a school and you have high school students and you have faculty. Now, if the story focused more on the faculty and their secrets and drama, there's a little bit, but it really focuses on the kids. If it had focused on the adults more, I probably would have rated it higher. I don't really give a shit about like a 16-year-old's problems. I'm sorry. Like, I'm a 33-year-old man. So I didn't realize that going into the story. I thought they were college students, not high school. I thought we were just dealing with more adults. But I guess the way that the storylines were handled with the teens, it was all right. I will say though, if you were a big fan of Gossip Girl, which I didn't really watch much of because it was an okay show for me, problematic, I know, but if you loved that show, you probably really would like this book. I felt like there was definitely some similar aspects there. The Damage. This book I do not see talked about really at all. I have not seen a single video on this book. There probably are videos out there, but I don't really see it. I mean, this did come out in 2021, so it's been quite a few years now. But honestly, I just didn't see enough talk about this. I would say yes to this book. I ended up really caring about the characters in this story. I felt like it went in directions I'm not used to. I read tons of thrillers, and even the ending with this one, it took a different turn, but I also like how I like how it turns. I like how you turn. Ooh, I caught it, and it's not upside down. Also a note to my gays that if you want to read about a gay character in a thriller, then yeah, I definitely go pick up this book. With a Vengeance. So Riley Sager, this is my 3rd book, I want to say, that I've read by him. I'm going to go with no. I don't like saying this about books, but I think you could skip this book because I think there's great, you know, I mentioned Agatha Christie, some like inspiration behind this. I think that's great. And I think it does still tell a story that while it is pretty unbelievable, I could see it being quite entertaining. It's just very different, I think, for Riley Sager and his style. Typically, I read Survive the Night. If you were to read a Riley Sager book, I would say Survive the Night is the first one I would go with. The other one I read, oh, it's been years. The Last Time I Lied. It's something about lying and it takes place at a camp. I also recommend that one. Those are the other 2 I read by him. I would start with one of those. I'd probably start with Survive the Night because wow, like I just thought that was an amazing book. This one, it just didn't hit as hard for me. The Heartbreak Hotel. I'm going to go with a yes for this one. I wasn't expecting to like this. I'm not going to lie. Let me be frank. I was not expecting to enjoy this as much as I did. I thought it had a cool premise. That's what got me to get a copy from Book of the Month. But I just didn't know what to expect. Romances or contemporaries, they're very hit or miss with me. I have certain standards. Maybe not standards, but there's just certain things that will irk me or annoy me very quickly when it comes to a romance. If it starts feeling incredibly cheesy, My interest is already meow, it's just already going down. I didn't get that from this. If you're a fan of Abby Jimenez, I wouldn't say it's exactly like an Abby Jimenez book, but I love her romance, and it did give a similar vibe to that. I've never read Ellen O'Clover before, but I would read more by her. And this, I like the themes that this touches on. That's what made me think of an Abby Jimenez book. So just for future reference. And my last book was a short story. It was Making Space by R.F. Kuang. No, I did not read any of the other short stories after in that series yet. Sorry. I just, things have been busy. But that one, I have never read R.F. Kuang before in my life. This is my very first taste of her. I've been wanting to read The Poppy War. Really interesting, weird, and cool story. This was my highest rated story of the month. It was just so cool and weird, and the couple, they end up finding this boy and they take him in, and there's just like some weird stuff going on with that, and it feels a little morbid to read, but I did not want to put it down. And I flew through it, and I can't wait to get to Poppy War or Yellowface or Babel or any of her other books. Like, I definitely would check out. Sorry if I look like a middle-aged dad with my hat backwards. I don't know why I did that, but I hope all of you have a super special awesome day, and happy reading.